John Munsell and Patrick Bowers of ARKx are here, and they're going to talk for a little bit about what they're doing. So yeah, for those who weren't here last month, ARKx is a peer-to-peer learning network, much like ours, but kind of on a national scale. So they do a lot of the same work that we do, and a lot of what they focus on is supporting regional networks like ours. So we plan on mutually supporting each other as much as we can in the future, and hopefully engaging in different projects together. So that's really exciting. And so, yeah, I'll just turn it over to you, John and Patrick, to talk a little bit more about what y'all do.
Great. Thanks, Catherine, for the invitation. Happy to be with you today and share information about our initiatives related to ARKx and Catalyzing Agroforestry Grants Program. I think we're going to try and balance between some time with me and then Patrick, who can run through some just quick demos of what we have online, which is kind of heads up real time, but don't want to pinch in terms of Amelie's time for her nutshell. So I'll get right to it. Thank you. I'm not well versed with Teams, but let's see here. I think I see a share button, and let's see if this works for me. Window, this one. Okay, can you see a screen, slide deck, slide? Yes, okay, great. So it's important to note first, well, who's supporting this work? It's private money through the Edwards Mother Earth Foundation, and they have been supporting us now going on 4 years. And our initial work was really focused on a kind of rapid resource distribution program to support early majority producers that were, and we have producers around the country we know that are practicing agroforestry, have been for some time, but many coming to meetings and not taking the first step. And so we proposed that we would put together a grants program to help catalyze adoption, implementation on the ground, and reduce risk for those producers. So the Edwards Mother Earth Foundation sponsored that. But in addition to that, historically we've heard about the difficulties of finding places to see agroforestry in action. And so what we also proposed was, on the back of the grants program, we would create a knowledge exchange with those individuals that received funding. They have to buy into, and they're not required to, but at least say that they're willing to participate in knowledge exchange at a conference, bring people out to their farm. And that way we were thinking, as these projects come online, we're now distributing peer-to-peer demonstration sites, and they're not just, say, cloistered at around a university where you might have to travel 400 miles to take that in. This slide's a little bit out of date because we're in round 3 now, and we have with this round over 135 applications for funding for the Catalyzing program. But you can see we have a variety of different practices and kind of initiatives that are proposed. We have good applicant diversity. We are building our acreage in terms of supporting producers with the funding provided by the foundation. This is also a little out of date because I think we've added 15 states to this. The gray states are those that we had, at this point, had not received applications for. Some of the new states in round 2 were Washington and New Mexico, but California we've received applications from. And so I believe we're supporting some projects there. Patrick can provide those details. But you can see heavy to the east, but our idea was, to make this national and provide those funds across the lower 48 and into Alaska and Hawaii. Quick example, in Kentucky, Maggie Bowling, 9.5 acres, black walnut, pecan, persimmon, silvopasture work. This is in the south side of Virginia with a livestock farmer. But we're also working not in just in the open fields, open lands, but also in the understory. This is James Robinson, who has a network of forest farming sites in the built environment area where they are growing medicinal botanicals, and they're being supported by the program as well. So we have understory plantings, we have community projects that are being supported, we have some planting stock work that's happening as well to try and bolster that side of the equation. We have some nursery work, community projects like you see bottom right here in Pittsburgh, and then some open field planting. So the broad diversity of biodiversity being established through these production and conservation systems using agroforestry strategies. So it takes us to the ARKx. As I noted briefly on the last call, it really is kind of a broad and open tent. It's intended not to be curriculum-based or advancement-based or something that's highly formalized, although we do have some strategies and some guardrails around how the program can work. But we really want to kind of celebrate and provide a portal for all of kind of the information and activities that are happening to be housed within a compendium or a library that's freely available and accessible for anyone that's interested in what's happening in a different part of the country, and also showcase and celebrate what they are doing on their farm. And we also have events that are included. So you can see news profiles. We have the different types of projects listing, and so things itemized by what's happening across the landscape, and showcasing different initiatives, different projects, from private side to service sector to universities, institutions, and agencies that are working on these different applications. We have farm tours that are sponsored by the Edwards Mother Earth Foundation. So some of those producers that receive funding are connected with our nonprofit partners, and then they carry out knowledge exchange, the peer-to-peer work. People come out and they can have that dialogue and share information, and folks can see it in action. As far as collaboration is concerned, we have been talking to AFTA about some long-term growth and permanence with this. I don't necessarily see it just being hosted by Virginia Tech. I'd like to kind of see it migrate to a larger national umbrella organization. And we're working with the Agroforestry Coalition on the demo mapping effort as part of this. So with that, is there time for Patrick maybe to kind of take over and show some real-time web page demonstrations or activities?
Yeah, that's great. We have about 5 minutes.
Okay, great. We'll turn over to Patrick, and then we're available for some quick questions, and then Amelie will provide a nutshell, it sounds like. Thank you.
All right, good deal. Thanks, John. Everybody see the website? Baron? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of orient you to the website a bit and just kind of provide a little background on how we've set this up to get to what John was talking about with making it, as accessible and interactive as possible with farmers, agroforestry partners, technical service providers, and alike. So you see this, Sarah Jackson, who's kind of the architect of the site here. She just added our demo map. So we have some work to do. We've got plenty of profiles that we need to add to it, but it's exciting to see. And as John mentioned, this is an effort that we're working with the Agroforestry Coalition on to build a national demonstration map. But we'd like it to include, partner organizations, nurseries, and be a little bit more in depth. So that's kind of the long-term goal there. All right, so a lot of the outreach that we're doing and how we're trying to best support producer networking and sharing and is through these profiles. So with the profiles, basically anybody can come to the website, create a profile. If they're a producer, and they want to share about their agroforestry design or their farm operation, they can select that category of profile if they have a demonstration site, they can fill out that information. There's one for nursery, as I said, even grant funding. So we're trying to basically accommodate kind of every stakeholder in the agroforestry network and invite them to come share their information on the site. And another cool thing that, you know, Sarah kind of developed is, and we still have a little bit of work to do here, but, you know, you can sort by the category, you can sort by the region of the United States that you're in, a specific topic like coppicing, or sheep. I think sheep's in here somewhere. So we probably will need to simplify this a bit, but you kind of see where we're going. We're trying to make this easy, user-friendly, centralized information for folks to learn and share and be creative. So, you know, here are some examples of the profiles that we've published so far. You know, we've got organizations like U Mountain Center in West Virginia, nonprofit. Trees for Shade is a grant program specific to Virginia. And then we've got, you know, specific projects. So Lazy Pig Farm, I think John actually shared a picture from this project in his slides, but this is just kind of an example of folks sharing about what they're doing, websites and pictures. But it you know, it starts to support a network, and it's helped us reach past kind of our initial range, which was you know, eastern part of the country, Appalachia. Now we're getting interest and participation from folks out west, like your organization. So we're excited to work with you, and we invite you to, if you have producers that have great projects and want to share, we invite you to create a profile. And all right, one more thing. Let's see. Sorry for all the scrolling. Another thing that's pretty cool, it is a calendar. Everybody has calendars, but this is cool because, you know, anybody can add an event to the calendar, and I think that's a struggle that a lot of us have. Like, we have a lot of, you know, the network is huge, the Agroforestry Network, so everybody has their own calendars, and we're all trying to figure out what's going on. But it's nice to have the ability to just come here, add your own event, and, you know, depending on what region you're in, a website visitor can come and search for their what's relevant to them. So yeah, with that, I think I hit the major topics. Yeah, Catalyzing Agroforestry Grant Program, we just closed the third cycle. As John said, we got about 150 applications, which is exciting. So we're going to begin reviewing those applications with our partners next week. So happy to answer any questions anybody has.